In this lecture, we will go over some of the important definitions for this part of the course. A syllogism is any deductive argument containing exactly two premises. So we've already seen some examples of this in this course. Hypothetical syllogism is a deductive argument containing exactly two premises, both of which are conditional statements. But some of the other argument forms that we've seen are also syllogisms, like modus tollens or modus ponens. Disjunctive syllogism is also a syllogism, not surprisingly. However, constructive dilemma is not, because it has three premises. However, it is still a deductive argument, and it's still a valid argument. It's just not a syllogism. In this section of the course, we will be dealing with categorical syllogisms, which are syllogisms in which all the statements in the argument are categorical propositions. In the next slide, we will talk about some of the parts of the categorical syllogism that we'll need to be able to recognize and identify when analyzing categorical syllogisms. So, in a categorical syllogism, we have what's called the major term, which is the predicate term of the conclusion in a categorical syllogism. And this will be represented by the letter P, because it's the predicate term in the categorical syllogism. Now, it may appear in the subject term in one of the premises, or it might appear in the predicate term. We're not going to worry about that. We just find the predicate term in the conclusion, and we label it P, and that is called the major term. Then there's the minor term, which is the subject term of the conclusion in a categorical syllogism, and this will be represented by the letter S, wherever it occurs in the argument. As soon as we've identified what the minor term is, then wherever else it appears in the argument, we're going to label it S too, even if it's not in the subject position. And then finally, there is the middle term, which is the other term that will be shared by the two premises. It will be the common term between the two premises, and that will be represented by the letter M. Then we will identify the premise in the categorical syllogism that contains the major term as the major premise, and then the premise containing the minor term will be the minor premise. I will show in another lecture how these get organized to make a standard form categorical syllogism, which will be fairly similar to a standard form argument. It will share a lot of the common features of that, but then we'll have some special ordering of the premises, and that's what's going to be different.